Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome. My name is Fernando Herrera, and today I'm in Minnesota. We're gonna be in an open house. I'm gonna talk about everything open house. I'm gonna show you one. I'm gonna talk the good things about an open house, of having an open house if you're a tire distributor or even a tire shop that has a large quantity of tires or wheels. And I'm also gonna be talking about the bad, the risks. Now, you wanna watch the entire video because this video is gonna be full of information that might be helpful to you. I do wanna thank the sponsor of the video, TireBase. They're a shop management system. If you want to learn more about them, there's a link in the description below. There's I think like 30 or 60 days for free that you could get, 60 days. And also huge thanks to Tire Depot. They didn't sponsor, they didn't ask for anything, but definitely having us here, being the host of this event is definitely something worth mentioning. So before we start, guys, that jump actually made me tired, but before we start, please help me by liking that, push the like button on this video. It really helps YouTube recommend the video to other tire dealers. I'm trying so much to make content for you guys, make engaging content in the tire industry to hopefully grow your business and grow together. But yeah, please like the button, consider subscribing as well. A lot of you and the majority of you guys watching right now are not subscribed. So I'm gonna give you some B-roll here. Take a moment to subscribe, please, all right? So let's go ahead and start. I hope you enjoy the show, and let's go. All right, guys, so as you can see, this is their showroom. They got walls, pretty much wheels. They got a nice little backdrop. They got their office over here. We're gonna walk towards the warehouse. I'm actually gonna walk here through the main door. I'm gonna do a quick overview, okay? Like a quick walk around, because I love seeing warehouses. And then after that, we will go ahead and talk about why having an open house as a distributor is actually a very smart move. So you wanna definitely stick until the end, because I'm gonna tell you how you could potentially start an open house yourself and some pointers to consider. Well, you got all these pastries that typically vendors bring. You got the whole crew over there getting ready. You got a bull ride. And then you got a whole bunch of merch, right? Bags, bottles, mouse pads. Oh, you can grab one. And then, of course, they're going to be signing in each client to check in. Now, I'll give you guys a little... There's a receiving dock. Very nice setup. Just check the magnitude, guys, of this warehouse. Again, and I'm recording this before actual customers come in, but again, it's kind of nice because as you see, each vendor gets their own little space. You don't charge them, obviously you want them to help you, but each vendor gets their own space. You got, for example, Prinks, Arroyo, Arturo, Crave, Bridgestone. So, for example, Toyo's leaving some bags, some merch here for people to grab. And again, each vendor is responsible for bringing their own tent, their own booth, their own merch. So it really makes the open house feel a little bit more alive, right? Here's the crew. So you bring each vendor, and each vendor then brings their own merch. Again, keep in mind, this is not for retail. So retail, consumers are not invited to this event. It's only shop owners. Those are the guys that you want to bring in here because they're going to be the ones getting those merch, getting those banners to promote, for example, Radar. And then they'll get the tire stock, for example. And then they'll go ahead and start buying Radar from Tire Depot, right, from you. And then again, you just give all these little things, to like put money and then all the giveaways, right? I don't know, I'm not sure if they bought the giveaways or if vendors are bringing them. But I mean, that's it. That's barely it. All right, guys, so now I'm going to be talking about why it's smart to actually have an open house. Having an open house actually builds trust and credibility. Keep in mind that a lot of your customers, especially if you're doing wholesale, are dealing with catalogs, B2B logins, phone calls, but they rarely get to come and see your warehouse, your operation, your team, yourself. So just having an open house kind of like humanizes the transaction, which is very important for long-term loyalty clients, building those long-term clients that are going to consistently buy. Also, keep in mind that tires are a commodity, but relationships aren't. So keep in mind that having an open house can create an environment where your customer can come in pressure-free that you're trying to sell them something. Because it is true. You're just trying to show them your facility and expand on that relationship. Now, making an open house is not just about doing a walkthrough, just like walking around the warehouse and showing your people your inventory and your staff. It's actually making it more of an event. Think of it food, giveaways, and anything that can make it engaging for your vendors, your customers, and your employees to be fully committed to the event. Finally, having an open house can open the ability or the opportunity for you to sell out a lot of the old movers, old stock, things that you could just put on promotion and special that it's been sitting perhaps a little bit too long and you just want to get rid of it. Those are the good things about why you should be having an open house. Now, I'm going to be talking about the bad things as well. And there's plenty of them that you definitely want to consider. So the first one is costs can get out of control. As I was mentioning, I have no idea how much it costs the open house for Sammy, in this case for Tire Depot. But, food, drinks, entertainment, giveaways, all those things can add up quick. So make sure you have a plan, make sure you have a budget of how much you're willing to spend, and make sure you don't pass through that, or else you can end up losing a lot more than you anticipated. Now, the other and the most important one, for me at least, is poor turnout. What happens if you organize all of this, you bring your vendors, you bring your clients, but nobody shows up? That could be fatal. Imagine a place where there's just sitting employees, sitting vendors, and no action. So that's why it's extremely important you don't have any, you have to have turnout in order for this to work. And what does that mean? People have to show up and you have to invite tons and tons of businesses, tons of vendors, tons of people to make the event feel alive. And so I'm going to be giving some tips here shortly, but I just wanted to mention turnout is extremely a big risk, obviously. Now, as we see, Sammy has done a pretty good job with the third point or the third risk, and that would be operational headaches. Now, having an open house means you're going to have to clean the closet. And you're going to have to clean the warehouse. You're going to have to organize it. You're going to have to make sure everything's tip-top shape. But at the same time, that could be an undercover blessing, because if you think about it, if you have to organize your warehouse, you have to organize your inventory. And if you're doing an open house every year, you kind of guarantee that you're doing an inventory check, which you already should be doing, by the way. So that could be actually a good thing. But just keep in mind that, again, you have to clean up, you have to organize, and all those things cost money. So also staff needs to be prepared, Staff needs to know what's going to happen, how are they going to do it. Maybe you're not going to be able to have deliveries that day, so that could be an indirect cost to your warehouse. Now, finally, I want to talk to you about how to get a strong turnout. Now, by no means I'm an expert in this, but this is just based on, logic and some web research. And again, if you guys think of some other ideas, definitely feel free to hit the link in the description below. This does come from a perspective of experience. At least in Vegas, we did have a really good turnout on our events, but these were events for retail consumers, not business to business. So again, keep that in mind that could sometimes shift. So I'm just going to be sharing the ones that are applicable to business. Now, invite way more people than you need. Think of it that only about 10 to 20% of the people you actually invite are going to be showing up. And that's probably a high number. So if you invite 100 people, probably only 10 people are going to show up. You should only consider 5 people are going to show up. Let me put it this way. It's better to have the problem of too many people showing up to your event than less people showing up to your event. So this is the only time you want to over push. You want to invite as many people, as many businesses. You want to tell your vendors, hey, make sure that you're inviting businesses into this open house. If you're buying parts from AutoZone, or if you're buying tires from some of these places, you have to push them to invite more people for you. But then you also cannot just trust on your vendors or your suppliers or whoever. You actually got to go out there, maybe give some flyers and incentivize people to come into your show. So again, flyers do well, promotions do well. So again, create reasons for people to attend. So if I give a reason, for example, exclusive deal, saying something like, hey, in my open house, I'm going to have this special promotion that only in my open house I'm going to have. So you definitely at least want, and it's only not over the phone and probably not over the B2B. It's going to have to be something you have to go in person and you get the deal, right? So giveaways are also a really good way to attract people. Again, keep in mind, it's not about attracting quality at this point. You really want to attract quantity of people, because if only 5 people show up, but they're really good customers, that's great. But the point of an open house is to have it full, have more people. So you want to invite family, you want to invite friends, because that spreads the word out. So making sure giveaways such as TVs, radios, whatever, iPads, phones, all those things do really, really well, because it brings people, incentivizes people to say, hey, well, let's go out and check out that open house, that they were promoting, right? And then having special guests, right? Sometimes that might be a little too expensive, at least at this stage. But, if you do have the ability to invite someone who, maybe it's like a famous person or something, I mean, take advantage of those. But those actually do work really, really well. And then set the atmosphere, right? So again, I mentioned this earlier, but it's not just a walkthrough of your warehouse and saying, hey, this is a team, this is what we got here, and that's it. Actually have some food, have some drinks, have some music, have some entertainment, and have fun, right? Now, standing here and being here in person with Sammy's Tire Depot's open house definitely makes me consider, that when I had my warehouse in Vegas, I should have probably done something like this, because it would have been nice to, again, at least bring my clients together locally in that area, and kind of like show them the facility, show them my team, have fun for a day, and hopefully sell something too. So if you think that an open house might be a good option for you, definitely consider it. I think these are great events, especially if you can get your vendors involved. Again, there's tons of support from vendors, even from larger distributors or brands, that could definitely support you in this idea and then help you materialize an open house. And don't forget to invite me too. If you're having an open house, my email is fernandoh@tirebase.io. Definitely feel free to reach out to me. I do want to thank the sponsor of this video, TireBase, a shop management system for tire distributors, tire wholesalers, tire shops, auto repair shops, anything tire related. Feel free to check them out in the link in the description below. But without further ado, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this video insightful, or at least you enjoy to see how an open house is ran by Tire Depot in Minnesota. And don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe. Remember to follow me on Instagram, LinkedIn. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment in the video below. I'll try to answer as many comments as I can, but I'm falling super behind on these. But I do appreciate you guys, again, for commenting and like the video, please. The likes really, really help. So thank you so much. I'll see you guys on the next time.